Salams and welcome. Thank you for joining me in another episode of the Quran in English Basics for Beginners. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Verse number 6 out of 25 of Surah Al-Inshiqaq, the renting asunder. O you man, verily, you are ever toiling on towards your Lord, painfully toiling, but you shall meet him. The reality of this life is that the entire universe came into a big bang, a massive explosion, and now the entire universe will return to its origin known as the Big Crunch. You got no choice in the matter. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. To Allah we belong and to Him is our return. The Christians belong to Allah. The Christians belong to God. The Muslims belong to God. Even the atheists belong to God, even if they don't want to believe in God. Even the Scientologists belong to God. The pagan worshippers belong to God. If you are a human being, it means God has created you. You haven't come from a monkey or a chimpanzee or a baboon or a orangutan. Don't listen to Charles Darwin. He has been totally misled, and he has misled humanity. He is going to suffer, and people like him are going to suffer. And the reality is that even people like Charles Darwin would be in front of God. Charles Darwin, Alfred Russel Wassel, Professor Richard Dawkins, Brian Cox, Stephen Hawking, Carl Sagan, all of the biggest scientists, the atheists in the world, will all stand in front of God because God created them. And that is the day their intelligence will fail them. So my appeal once again to our scientist friends, to our atheists is please, before you make a decision of atheism or agnosticism, get a copy of the Quran, read it, and then make up your mind. Don't say, no, I've read the Bible, I'm not happy. Yes, the Bible got mistakes, we all know that, but that does not mean God does not exist. It's not the fault of the Christians that the Bible got mistakes. The wealthy elite, those worshippers of money, they made the errors in the Bible, and innocent people are now believing it. But the Quran has been sent for this very reason, to correct the mistakes of the Bible, to tell us there's no such thing as three in one and one in three. God is not a trinity, there's only one God. God has never been born. That's why Mary is not a mother of God, and Jesus is not the Son of God. Peace and blessings be upon both of these outstanding human beings, but that God is one. So please get a copy of the Quran today and read it before you meet God on the day of judgment, which is an absolute guarantee, which nobody can escape, and that's a guarantee. O you man, verily, you are ever toiling on towards your Lord, painfully toiling, but you shall meet him. Then he who is given his record in his right hand to be among the Ashab al-Yameen, and we make dua, Ya Rabbal Alameen, give us our book of deeds in our right hand with no accountability, so we can be part of the Ashab al-Yameen and get shade under thy throne, shade under thy arsh, and enter the highest ranks of Jannah al-Firdaus without accountability in the company of those whom we love through thy grace and mercy, Ya Rabbal Alameen. Then he who is given his record of deeds in his right hand, soon will his account be taken by an easy reckoning. So the ones who have been the upholders of La ilaha illallah, their reckoning on the day of judgment will be very, 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 very easy. But for the disbelievers, it will be 50,000 years, a very difficult and hard day. but for the believers, because of the love that Allah has for the believers and the sacrifice that the believers have been doing, whether it was their salah or their zakat or their fasting or their Ramadan umrah or their hajj, or enjoining the good and forbidding the evil, or helping the poor and the widows and the orphans, or bearing with sabr all the insults and mockeries they've been getting because of the hijab or the way of dressing. For all of these things and so much more, Allah will reward them with an easy reckoning. Before you know it, you have crossed the bridge of Puli Sirat, you're meeting Nabi Sal'lal'laa'hu A'layhi Was'sal'lam there, drinking the water, all your thirst is gone, and you're running into Jannah al-Firdaus by the grace and mercy of Allah. So the one who have been given the book of deeds in his right hand, those are the Ashab al-Yameen, soon will his account be taken by an easy reckoning. And he will turn to his people rejoicing. He will tell his people, look at my record. I've passed my exams. I've got the graduation. I qualified to enter into Jannah al-Firdaus. I thought I'm going to fail the exam because I missed so many things. I committed so many sins. But Allah forgave me my sins and Allah rewarded me even for my smallest deeds. Look at my results. Look at my results. I am so happy. Here's my passport into Jannah al-Firdaus in the company of those whom I love. So it'll be a day of great graduation and ceremony, throwing your caps high into the sky like how you'd graduate at university or varsity. Happiness, happiness, happiness. But there's a other group of people. But he who is given his record behind his back or in his left hand, they are those going towards hell. So, but he who is given his record behind his back, soon will he cry for perdition. I don't want this book. I don't want it. I don't want to go to hell. I will believe. Send me back. Send me back to earth. Send me back to earth. I will believe. I promise. I promise. I promise. I'll read the Quran. I'll read it. I'll get a copy now. I'll get 10 copies. I'll read it cover to cover. I'll read it. I'll be a good person. Then it's too late. And he will enter a blazing fire. Truly did he go about among his people rejoicing. Truly did he think that he would not have to return to us? Nay, nay, for his Lord was ever watchful of him. While you are doing your government corruption and stealing and doing bribery, God knew exactly what you were doing. You enriched yourself and your family while the people were suffering. You cannot fool God. You invaded other lands under excuses. God knows exactly the lies that you have been perpetuating, because you can never escape from God. God, most merciful, is closer to you than your jugular vein and your carotid arteries. You cannot lie to God. So please don't delay. Get your copy of the Quran today. Alhamdulillah.